How you doing?
I'm good. Chilling, man.
What's up?
You know?
Lord have mercy. Just another day in the life. That's all it is.
Oh, man.
Hmm. Belle Biv DeVoe.
Mm.
Holla. I don't know what I'm going to say about this album, boy.
I watched the little brother. The little brother documentary is good.
That's what's up.
Um, I don't. Their relationship with Ninth Wonder is weird. You know what I'm saying?
Of,
It's like they say they done with him, but they're not really done with him.
of course, because that's what a better and better is.
You know, it's like an ex girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are you finally done with her or no? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The shit really reminded me of the Tribe documentary. Like they spent a lot of time talking about Ninth Wonder and kicking him out the group, and then but he's still around, and I don't even think they understand what's the relationship with him.
I thought he left the group. I didn't, he was kicked out. I
No,
thought
they
he
kicked him
left.
out. No, they kicked him out the
Oh,
group.
oh
They didn't.
wow.
He wasn't showing up to like concerts and stuff, and he was just sending them beats. But they had a like Fonte and Big Pooh like ended up having a conversation with each other, like, and they agreed to kick him out of the group. But it's like he was still around. Yeah, and this is
Exactly.
before the Mental Show. Like they kicked him out before the Mental Show, but he ended up doing the Mental Show. So I
Wow.
don't even think they understand the relationship with Nike Wonder.
Wow, they kicked him out the minstrel. That was like the best album too.
No,
What
they
the
they
fuck?
kicked him. No, they kicked him out before the Mental Show. They kicked him out on the first album, right? But
Wow.
he ended up producing the Mental Show because the record label Atlantic wanted him to be a part of the group, even though they saying that Atlantic made him the face of the group, and like there'll be times when they wouldn't get paid unless Nike Wonder was there. So if they on tour, they're not getting paid unless Nike Wonder was there. So he was basically fucking up their money, and they had a conversation with each other and their manager saying that they're gonna kick him out the group, but he was still around. So even though he's kicked out, he was still sending them beats, and I'm like, I don't understand that relationship. And then they're cool with Crisis, and Crisis is a part of the Soul Council with Nike Wonder.
Oh
You know what I'm
wow.
saying? So I'm like, I don't understand their relationship with Nike Wonder. It's like either he's in the group or he's not.
Yeah, simple as that, motherfucker.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. The last album he wasn't on there, but he was still promoting the last album. But it was a good documentary though. I
I
enjoyed
feel
it.
like I feel like it's deeper than that, honestly.
Yeah, I think they're leaving something out because they didn't talk. Ninth one is not he. They didn't talk to him. Like they asked him to do an interview and he declined. So he's not a part of the. He's in the documentary, but he's not talking. So I want to hear his side of what happened because I'm only hearing Fonte and Big Pooh and they saying that like the main they didn't come on and say it, but the main reason why he didn't come back in the group was because he has beef with Big Pooh. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
heard about that.
right. Supposedly Pooh told him something. Oh, I think it was Pooh Fonte they had Pooh go to Ninth Wonder and tell him that he was kicked out of the group. And because Ninth Wonder looked at him like, well, you're not the leader of the group, he ignored him. So ever since then they had beef. So that's why he's really not a part of the group. But I don't understand the dynamics with that group because if you're kicked out of the group, why is he still sending you all beats and stuff?
It kind of reminds me of the situation with Main Source too,
Mm.
kind of,
But I
because
thought that was different. Like the two brothers didn't want Lost Professor a part of
well, from what I've read, their mom was the brother's manager
Yeah.
for the main source, and
Mm-hmm.
she would always interfere with a lot of their musical things, and Large Professor didn't fuck with that shit, so
Right.
he just yeah. For that's from what I read,
But he came to them and he tried to like do a reunion and they didn't want to do it.
and that's why the albums after Mentor Show weren't really hitting like that, honestly.
No, I'm talking about main source. Lost Professor went to them and tried to do a reunion
Oh,
and they didn't want to do it.
because they stupid. That's why.
Yeah,
Let's
I
be
don't
real.
understand. Huh?
Main source, Large Professor carried that group. I'm just gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah, of course, of course. The thing with Little Brother, they should have been working with other producers. The minute that Ninth
I
Wonder
agree.
they got rid of Ninth Wonder, that's their fault. Because even if the record label felt like, oh well, we're gonna promote the group with Ninth Wonder being the leader and he's the face of the group, they should that's when they should have started working with other producers. And they let Atlantic Records take advantage of them by doing that shit.
And that was a big mistake.
Yeah. So now it's like it's I feel like the last album didn't really, even though they said it went number one on iTunes. I'm like, no, I didn't see nobody talk about that album. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was it was decent. It was pretty decent. It wasn't like
Bro,
the best thing.
they got a plaque. They got a plaque from Apple. It was the number one album on Apple for that year. I forgot when it was 2017 or something like that.
Yeah.
They got a plaque from Apple. It was. I'm like, yo, I didn't see nobody talk about that album. So where was it number one at?
Hopefully they didn't buy it, their bots or something like that. Hopefully.
Black Sheep documentary was good too. I watched that as well.
Hey,
But they
listen. I was
even with that you got you behind on documentaries. Even with that documentary, there's some shit going on with Drez and Jay Dilla's mom.
what the
Like
hell?
it was like some weird shit. Like it was Rolling Stone made some article, wrote some article about like I guess they interviewed Dilla's mom and her husband, and supposedly in the interview they didn't okay Drez to do the album. But when Drez is like meeting up with his mom, she's saying a different thing. So even that one was weird. I'm like, what is going on with motherfuckers? Like, say what you mean. If you don't want this nigga to do the album, then say he don't want him to do the album. I don't. This whole back talk shit. I ain't with that all.
I was
You know what
gonna
I mean?
tell you. I was gonna tell you. Since we got like a lot of documentaries to watch and review, I might just dedicate 1 week with just talking about documentaries and shit like that
Oh,
because we still have to talk about the Rap City documentary,
right.
the mixtape documentary. I might dedicate one week.
I didn't even see Michael Bivins documentary yet.
That one was pretty decent. It was
That
pretty
was good.
decent.
I couldn't
Yeah,
find that. Yo, I haven't found no links on streaming for that.
nigga, I gave you my prime because you know I got all black. You know that, right?
You put all black for
Yeah,
documentary. What's good? What's on all black that's so good?
I literally just got it just because I was watching some movies there.
Right.
But I think I should still have it though. I should still have it.
That was weird because like every time he would meet up with the family, she's saying like she gives his permission. Like he even played like the album is done. Like he played different tracks on the album, for the family. But like in the Rolling Stone the article, it's like they saying that she didn't give the okay for him to do the album, and then he fucked up because he didn't get nothing in writing. He should have had a lawyer present. Like when
Right.
once you agreed to do the album, you should have had a lawyer present so that you have something in writing, and that would be like your proof, like yo, like this is how we're gonna plan out this whole project. But he didn't have no lawyers. He just went off of word of what the mother said, and then on top of that, the estate is not only run by Dilla's mom, but Illa J, his brother, his daughter has a piece of the estate, and there's somebody else that has a piece in it, but the whole estate is a mess because there's been artists that used his beats and it wasn't authorized to use the beats.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a mess. But even that documentary was weird. I'm like, I don't understand. Like yo, like if I feel like if I come out on here and I say like yo, Reg is my homie, but then you see me on another platform saying, oh fuck that nigga Reg, it's confusing. It's like this is the same person that said, "Yo, you was on your platform," and he said, "Register's homie." So what's going on? I don't get it. It was weird. But it was a good documentary because they showed like how Black Sheep started, and they showed like when they broke
Fuck
up
out.
and Solo, Drez is taking care of his little son.
Oh shit. My fault. I was reading something Christians. He said
Yeah,
Sonic is going to be on Unsung. Oh shit.
and
Yes.
they had
Okay.
missed the long documentary, and you got to see it though. But that was a good documentary. I enjoyed it.
Got you. Give me 1 second. Let me see something with this Unsung shit, cause now I'm hyping shit. Finally, that's what I've been asking for years and shit. That's a Sonic.
How many
Oh shit. Okay, they got the lineup for
how
Unsung.
many episodes this season they got?
So far, they're gonna do Bobby Caldwell. Okay. Black. Oh hell no. Okay.
Black?
Chucky
Oh
Booker.
Lord.
Chucky Booker.
Okay, that's dope.
Decent singer.
Yeah,
Sonic. Yes.
nice.
Candy Stetton. Okay. Shingy. Oh, get the.
Oh,
Y'all really reaching right now.
come on.
And Donald Lawrence.
Who the hell is that?
Okay, so I'm looking at a good solid 4 episodes.
Who's Donald Lawrence?
He's a jazz artist.
Oh, Shingy. We
Shingy.
we're not about to be talking about no fucking Shingy, yo.
Oh no, Donald Lawrence is a gospel artist. Excuse me, but I'm mostly interested in Bobby Caldwell, Chucky Booker, Sonic.
They didn't know who
Yeah.
to get. They just said let's just guess anybody.
Hey, it's coming back in March. Perfect. All right, cool. I'm about to start this shit in about 5 minutes. But yeah, I definitely gotta watch that documentary. I gotta watch that shit.
That shit was good.
Okay, what else is going on in the news? So Diddy's stepping down from Revolt TV.
Good.
Not surprised.
He needs to be locked up.
50 Cent offers to buy Revolt TV.
What they could do better? Just put the whole Pablo universe on Revolt, and then do like the after shows on it.
Oh, that's a smart power move.
Yeah. No pun intended.
Oh, speaking of power, yeah. Tomorrow at midnight, nobody better fucking bother me.
Yes.
Nobody better fucking bother me tomorrow midnight. Okay. All right. Yes, that's a Sonic. And we were just talking about in Full Gear.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that Chingy episode. I can kiss my ass with that.
Fuck no.
He's not even unsung. What are they doing?
I have no idea.
Like, give me Brownstone. Give me Jackie Wilson as an unsung. Come on now, y'all scraping the barrel right now. Come on,
Black and Chingy? Black? That horrible.
They're unsung.
How bad that. Come on.
TLC Light.
Right. They need to talk about how bad that first album was.
Shit. Oh God. Okay. You don't got this album, the Hootie Mack album, do you?
You know what? I had it, and it was so bad that I threw it away. That's how bad it is. It's erased from my collection. I have the other ones, but
so you don't like this album either.
I like some songs, but if you're gonna talk about that, because they fucked up on this album.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
But when I heard it back in, I bought it like from Columbia House, like when Columbia House had like the 99-cent bin. That was like 97, I think 98, and I bought it, and I remember hearing it. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? What is this shit? This is not Poison. I'm like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? And I just flung that shit in the garbage. But I got the other BBD albums.
Okay. Well, I'm ready to go whenever you are.
Let's go.
All right. What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely, lovely, lovely day? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try with me. How you doing, Try? How you living?
Chilling, man.
Yes, yes. All right. So you know how we always do it. We're gonna talk about motherfucking on this day. So on this day, November 29th. Well, it's not November 30th, but y'all know how it be. This album came out in 1994. Mary J.
Yes.
Blige, It's My Life. This album came out. This is like her second studio album. Well, third overall if you want to count the remix album, but we don't really count that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just pretty much like a remix album, like I say. But yeah, this album, a lot of people have said that this is actually her best album. I'm gonna be real with you. I love this album. This might be my second favorite, but in recent times, I'm a more of a share my world kind of guy. In recent, this might be like my second or third favorite. You know what I'm saying? This album was released at a time when she was just going through a lot. She was going through substance abuse. She was dating KC from Jodeci. You know what I'm saying? Um, she was also she pretty much was arguing with Puff around this time because she and Jodeci almost went to Suge Knight. You know what I'm saying? So um, this album came out. This was known for singles like "You Bring Me Joy," "I'm Going Down," which was like the cover of the Royce song, "Be Happy," "Mary Jane All Night Long," "I Love You." You know what I'm saying? Some of my favorite songs on this album, I love "Don't Go," "Mary's Joint," "Be With You" was very good. You know what I'm saying? Also, too, they also dropped well, many people don't know, they dropped a remix album to My Life too. You know what I'm saying? It's like an EP, kind of like My Life the remix, and that was very dope too because they had a lot of dope remixes like the "I Love You" remix with Smith and Wesson, the "I'm Going Down" remix with Mr. Cheeks and the Lost Boys. My personal favorite one, Mary Jane All Night Long remix with LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, this is actually a very classic album. They actually re-released this album for this 25th anniversary. I want to say like 2019, 2020. So they actually added the remixes on the re-released version and stuff like that too. So, what are your thoughts on this album?
Classic, man. That's the first two to me is like her best ones. I love that I spent many years playing those, and that was a different Mary that we got. And I know people love drugged out Mary, coked up Mary. She gave us the best music then,
Depressing
and
Mary.
yeah, Depressing Mary was the best. But it was great. It was definitely a best R&B album of that year. You know, um, having the Keith Murray on that interlude. Rapping over the "Who Shot Your Beat." You know, so many bangs. No one else. I love you. You bring me joy. Maybe Jane. I love it. It's just timeless R&B.
Yes, definitely a timeless album indeed.
Mhm.
All right. Now we're going to talk about the album we're going to talk about is Belle Biv DeVoe with their second studio album, Hootie Mack. This album came out let's see the date, June 1st, 1993 on MCA Records. It consists of singles Something in Your Eyes and Above the Rim. It was produced by Belle Biv DeVoe, Chris Stokes, Cyrus Melchior, Wolf, Epic Mazur, Daryl Simmons, L.A. Reid, Babyface, Rico Anderson, Kenyatta Kilo Williams, Fat and Delcer, Lionel Cabanes, Jay Wright, and Anthony Velasquez. No guest appearances on this album. You guys should know Belle Biv DeVoe consists of members Ronnie DeVoe, Michael Bivins, and Mickey Bell. You guys should know they were a subsidiary group of New Edition and everything like that too. We talked about the Poison album a while back ago. We talked about the Boot City remix album as well too. So, around this time, Belle Biv DeVoe was pretty much, still riding high from the Poison album, but at the same time, by like 92, 93, a lot of people looked at like the New Edition fake, the New Edition as like kind of like passe. You know what I'm saying? Because like around that time, a lot of them, the next albums were not really commercially successful and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Compared to the predecessors. You know what I'm saying? Bobby Brown's Bobby album, very dope album. You know what I'm saying? Love that album, but it didn't really sell as much. It didn't really sell as much as Don't Be Cruel. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's probably like the best out of all the albums and stuff like that, because the album went 2 times platinum in the United States alone.
Hmm.
While Don't Be Cruel, that shit literally went multi platinum. It was like 7 times platinum. Well, actually now it's like it's still 12 million copies of the world, so it's like 12 times platinum now and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But still, a lot of people want to say, oh, that album wasn't as good. It wasn't touching Don't Be Cruel. I feel like it was just as good as Don't Be Cruel, in my personal
Yeah,
opinion. It had like a
yeah,
very strong New Jack Swing feel to it. And then you had Johnny Gill, who came out with the provocative album and stuff like that too, which I also felt like that album was pretty good.
yeah.
Again, what many people need to realize, that's technically not his second album. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because he already dropped the album back in the '80s and everything like that too. But the 1990 album, self-titled, was like his breakthrough album and everything like that too. So that album was still considered gold and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And then in 1994, Ralph Tresvant, he had his own album after the sensitivity joint and stuff like that too. I think this one was called like It's Going Down from
Yeah,
'94. You know what I'm saying? Which honestly, I actually like that album a bit more than the
I
Ralph
do too.
Tresvant album.
Yeah.
I felt like it was a bit more mature and everything
Hmm.
like that too. So the word mature, you're gonna hear that a lot when it comes to this review and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because Bell Biv DeVoe, they actually came out with a single actually in 1991, which was supposed to have been on this album called Gangsta. So if you guys remember the episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
Hmm.
the episode when they guest starred and Carlton wanted to rent out the living room to make a music video, and they performed a song like "Y'all don't make the music, but to me,
Yeah.
you say that song was Gangsta. I love that. That's actually my favorite Bell Biv DeVoe song of all time. I'm not
Really?
even gonna
All
hold you.
time? Wow.
Yeah, all
The song
time.
that's
I
not
like
even on
that.
the album.
I know it should have been on the album, honestly,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying. But see, they were having issues with their label. Well, maybe you
Yeah.
don't know, they were having issues with the label because the label wanted like a Poison Part Two and everything like that too. They wanted to pretty much make Bell Biv DeVoe stay like Kitty and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? But they
Right.
wanted to be more mature.
They-
They were like they didn't want to do like another Poison and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's on the UK pressing of Hootie Mack. Well, I gotta get the UK
it's
pressing
on the
then.
greatest hits also. But
Yeah, it is.
the rumor was that when the song came out, it was too hardcore for their image, and the record labeling wanted on the album.
Yeah, and that caused like a lot of controversy and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? But there's a particular song I'm questioning why they put on this album, but we'll talk about
Hmm.
that in a minute.
I know exactly
And,
what you mean,
and I know, yep, I know you know exactly what I mean. But
and I didn't
um,
realize it till now because, like I said, like when I heard the album, I got rid of this shit because I didn't like it. But when I heard this song again, I'm like, oh shit, this is what you was talking about.
yeah, because with this album that they came out with in '93, you gotta remember 1993, the New Jack Swing was kind of like on its way out, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Because around that time you had like the people like R. Kelly doing their thing, and then the hip hop soul was coming out and shit too. Mary J. Blige was doing her thing. Tony Braxton. Um, what's that one motherfucker's name? Of course, Babyface. You know what
Keith
I'm
Sweat.
saying? So, Keith Sweat definitely. But Keith Sweat, I give Keith Sweat credit because he actually transitioned out of that New Jack Swing
Yeah.
beautifully and everything like that. So he's kind of one of the few one that kind of like transitioned out of that sound. So Bell Biv DeVoe, they were they were trying to go for that more mature kind of sound and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So definitely definitely understand why this album was not really as successful because they had like a lot of label issues and everything. Even the album cover, they were just really trying to they were trying to be on their Quiet Storm feel on this album cover and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Also too, for those who don't know what the word Hootie Mack is, it's pretty much another word for a blunt. Just keeping it real with you and everything like that too. yeah, just don't want to throw that shit out there. So a lot of people ask me what does Hootie Mack really mean? I was like, it's just another word for blunt. Because they were really trying to
Yeah.
make themselves more edgier with this album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Let's talk about this record. This album has about 11 tracks. Give me one
Yeah.
second. Yep, 11 tracks. Okay, and we're gonna get started with the first track, Nickel. This was actually produced by Chris Stokes, Cyrus McCord, Jacquees Kennedy, and Louis Carr Jr. Um, I didn't really care for this song like that. I'm gonna be real with you. Um, yeah, I felt like it was pretty decent. I wouldn't have started the album with this song to be real. So yeah,
Right. I like the beat, but the rapping sucked. I don't like how Ronnie and Mike sounded on this album rapping. It sounds outdated.
same.
Like I don't know if they would. I don't know who they were trying to sound like on this album, like Das Effects or I don't know what the fuck, but they sounded horrible.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. Track number two we got is Above the Rim. Again, another okay song right here. You know what I'm saying? I like the beat to it. I felt like the beat was pretty dope, but I didn't really care too much for it, honestly. What I got from this song is the fact that it's pretty much just rising above the game and being on top of the game and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? No, this was not written for the movie, which came out the year after. It was not written for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I got from
It,
Above the Rim.
it would have fit though. But you know what? This song I like this song. This song was the NBA used to have a show called Inside the NBA with
Yeah,
Ahmad Rashad was like the host and then later I think it was like Gray Hill was the host. And they used to play that on the show. Like when they would show like the highlights, the weekly dunks highlights and stuff in the NBA, they would play this song. And it was like an ode to like basketball. It's like, the blacktop and all the hood playgrounds, across the world and in their video they playing basketball and stuff and they are really basketball players too. And this is the one of those few songs on the album that I like. Like this was a dope song. I love the beat, the bass line, Ronnie sing, jump around, grab a rebound and pump the sound. Big Ron, big men's in town. I love like the references to basketball. 'Cause I know they all are they all grew up playing basketball. They all are huge basketball fans. So
yeah, definitely. I definitely got what you're saying and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was Above the Rim. Next song is Lovely. Oh God, fuck. Out of all the songs on this album, this is actually my least favorite song on this album. You know what I'm saying? So let me get this straight. I'm just gonna ask myself this. So Gangsta, they didn't feel like Gangsta was fit the image, but they're talking about a song about pedophilia on this record
exactly,
because they're talking
exactly,
about like they're fiending for like a 16-year-old and everything like that. So you know what I'm saying? It's kind of sus if you ask
right,
me. You
right.
know what I'm saying? Y'all over here talking about y'all over here talking about Aaron Hall. Don't be afraid, but look at this record right here. I'm sorry, I just have to say
Hey,
it. But
don't start nothing. I don't like. We already got a
what?
bunch of our black people being cancel culture. I don't want New Edition to be cancel culture because of this song. But
No,
what
no,
you
I'm not
just said,
trying to say that. I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to cancel. I'm just questioning shit. But I guess because this was not like a successful album, people
right?
just kind of put this under the rug and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
but I agree because I'm like, why isn't Gangsta on the album? But they singing about being with a 16-year-old chick. I don't understand.
I don't understand it either. All right.
Yeah,
Hold on,
I
right
don't think
quick.
it should have been even recorded. They shouldn't even record a song like this.
Definitely. Yeah, this was not really one of my favorites on this record. Track number four, Loose Boot. I mean, excuse me, Ghetto Booty. Um, you're gonna have like a lot of booty songs on this record. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't care for this track. I felt like it was a bit too conventional and stuff like that too. I did like the shout out they gave to Johnny Gill. I did
Mm.
like that shout out. You know what I'm saying? But Other than that, I didn't care for that. I didn't care for Michael Bivins rapping on this one either.
This was decent. I like the beat. Ron saying, "Yo, baby, you think we can spend some time together? Whatever's clever was that," she said. Then the next thing you know, she was in my bed. She was doing me, baby, and I was doing my duty. She was a hell of a cutie because she had a ghetto booty. I liked his rhyme, but it wasn't great. It's, you know what I'm saying. Like that's one of the main issues with this album. Like they were rhyming a lot more on this album, and Ricky was singing a lot less, and it sounded bad. And that's one of the few problems with this album, besides the other stuff. But yeah, this was okay, but it wasn't like nothing memorable.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. Not anything memorable. I mean, it was already 1993, and everybody was trying to do an ass song. You
Yeah,
know, everyone wanted to do that "Baby Got Back" and everything
right.
like that too. So, next song we got is the title track "Hootie Mack." I actually like this song, believe it or not. You know, I actually like this song. I
Right.
felt like it was a nice beat, and I felt like it was a nice song that fit the times and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? The vocals were pretty good. So yeah, this was pretty decent.
And Craig Mack sampled this for Project Funk the World,
Yeah,
the title track. Like this, it has the same melody. I like the beat. I didn't like Ricky singing. Ricky sounded bored on this shit. Like he
he did.
a lot of the song, and he wasn't featured on a lot of the songs, but the ones he was featured on, he just sounded bored.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. He did sound bored with this one. Great. Next song we got is "From the Back," another ass song. I didn't care for this one to be real with you.
Yeah, I didn't like this one.
Got you. All right, next song we got is "Show Me the Way." This was a very good song right here too. Vocally, it gave me that vintage Bell Biv DeVoe sound to it. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, this one was pretty good. I like this one.
This was a different type of song for them. It was something positive with a message, and I love the way Ricky sounded on it. I don't like the way Ronnie and Mike, again, their rhyming sounded terrible on this album. And when you hear this song, and you hear like the way that their rhyming styles, I'm like, what the fuck are they? Was they smoking? Were they smoking on Hootie Mack when they did this album? Because they sounded horrible, and I think it would have been better if it was just a Ricky singing on this song without the rapping from Ronnie and Mike. But the song was good. I don't like. They could have cut out the rhyming part from Ronnie and Mike and just keep it where it's just a Ricky solo track. I like the beat. The beat was nice. The pianos on it. Again, it's a different type of song for them. 'Cause they didn't do. I mean, as BBD do a lot of like powerful songs with a message. They were all about like having fun and the girls and all that. But this one was very different. And I remember when the video came out, and I like the song. I don't like the rhyming part though. They should have cut that out.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Yeah, they should have cut all that rhyme. The rhyming was one of the weakest
Yeah,
parts of the whole fucking album. To be
yeah.
real. All right. Next song is "The Situation." Vocally, I do like the song vocally. I feel like it was a very cool song. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what I can really say about it.
I like the song, and this song is about Ricky, singing about a girl that he hasn't seen in a while, but all of a sudden she had a kid for him. I like the song. Again, Mike's rapping on here was not needed. Didn't like his verse. Again, I felt like it could have been another good Ricky Bell solo track without any rapping on it. So
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. All right. Track number 9, "Something in Your Eyes." This is actually my favorite song on this album, believe it or not. This is actually the song that actually made me want to check out the album, to my regret. And of course, it was written by Babyface. So an underrated Babyface song right here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I love the beat to it. You know what I'm saying? The video was pretty good too. It has a young Jada Pinkett Smith in the video. You know what I'm saying? Um, this is the kind of song that you can tell they wanted to do because
Yeah,
it doesn't really sound too perverted. That's one thing I like about it because I feel like
right,
we'll get into it, but Ricky
right,
Bell definitely did his thing vocally on that song. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I
definitely,
like it.
definitely a great song. I want to say that they performed it when I saw them. I think they might have performed this when I saw them. Definitely a classic ballad by Babyface. I love the beat. You know, again, this is the song that we should have gotten 2 songs ago. Where it was just Ricky. It wasn't no rhyming on here with Ron and Mike's terrible rapping. You know, I definitely feel like it's an underrated, BBD song, and they have done tasteful records in the past. It's not like they haven't done it. You look on the first album with Poison, they had BBD. I thought it was me. They had When Will I See You Smile Again. So they're capable of doing it. Even on their last album, they had great love songs. But you know, this is probably the only love song on this album that was great. Like the only ballad that was great. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a
Right.
classic record.
Yeah, definitely a classic record in its own right. Okay. Um, Next song is called "Please Come Back." This is pretty much their version of like when can I see you smile? You know what I'm saying? It kind of gave me that vibe. I actually like this song too. If I had to pick a second favorite song, it might be this one. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's pretty much like some songs just for treads of some of the older songs and stuff like that too from the previous album Poison. So it is what it is, you know.
I didn't like it. I don't think it was great. When Will I See You Smile Again was a classic ballad for them. Even I Do Need You. I Do Need You was like the underrated song from Poison. That was a nice ballad as well. And I felt like they were trying to like recreate that magic from Poison with this. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to
Yeah,
recreate. This is why like I don't like when artists try to do sequels to classics. It's hard to recreate that magic. And that's what it reminded me of. Like they were trying to give us another When Will I See You Smile Again. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't think it was great.
yeah, me neither. And the last song is Lost in the Moment. I felt like it was too long. I didn't really care for this one either.
I think the whole album is lost in the moment. It's just bad.
Right. Okay. Overall, yeah, I did not like this album to be real with you. Personally, I feel like this might I don't know. I feel like after the Poison album, I kind of fell off because I didn't even like the 2001 album either. I feel like they try to get a bit too mature. They're trying to
Mm.
shove in their face like, "Hey, we're grown up," and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So, there's like 3 songs I really liked from this album, but other than that, this is a no for me. I give this a 1 mic.
They picked the right 3 singles. The the best song is not even on this album. Gangsta's not even on this album, which is
That's the
crazy
gag
because
right there.
they didn't want record label didn't want to put that on there because it was too hardcore for them. But they put a song like "Lovely" where they're talking about sleeping with a 16-year-old. That makes no sense.
Make
You know
that
what I'm
make
saying?
sense.
The I love New Edition. They're my favorite group all time, best group all time of the '80s for me. Ronnie and Mike sounded horrible rapping on this album, and just this album because they sounded great on Poison. They sounded great on the other BBD stuff, even on the New Edition albums and the early ones they were rapping. They sounded dope. This album, for some reason, I don't know who they were influenced by. Because I'm hearing Das Effects. I'm hearing who else? There was a lot of copycats back then that was like rhyming with the same style and shit. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Dalvin from Jodeci, he was another one that sounded terrible rapping. Their rhyming was horrible. Horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like they called the album Hootie Mack. They were definitely smoking some Hootie Macks on here. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
they ruined at least a good 3 songs with they rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like Ricky is the leader for his group for a reason. This was for him to showcase his vocals because he was being overshadowed by Ralph and Bobby in New Edition. But this album felt like it was more about Ronnie and Mike than Ricky. That's why Ricky's not on a lot of these songs, and it's more about Mike and Ronnie rapping, and they sounded like crap. And whatever it is that they went through on this album, they fixed it on the next one. They fixed it on. They don't sound like this on what's the New Edition album? Home Again. They don't sound like that. Like the rapping on Home Again, they fixed the issue. Whatever it was, they fixed it. On here, they sound like garbage. That's the main issue. It's not even the production for me was dope. I like the production. It was like New Jack. We still had New Jack, even though like it kind of died down for a couple years, and then Teddy brought it back with Blackstreet. Production for me was cool. But a lot of the songs, because Ricky's not on a lot of the songs, and then the songs that he was on, he sounded bored. Best song he did vocally was "Something in Your Eyes." That's the best song
Right.
that he did on the album. The other, some Hootie Mack and all those other songs, he sounded terrible. He didn't sound like he didn't even want to be a part of the album. I know they were beefing when they were doing this album. Um, but the album's not good, which is why I threw it away a long time ago. The album's not good. I wish it was, but I'm gonna give this 2 mics. You know what I'm saying? Like they picked the 3 good singles. Remember I told you when we were talking about Blueprint 3, Jay-Z picked the best singles from that terrible Blueprint 3 album. They picked the 3 good singles, but this album is trash. So it's 2 mics for me.
Definitely. All right. Well, that's our thoughts on Hootie Mack. I'm actually going to end this video off right here because I have some shit I have to work on and everything like that, which I really don't want to work on, but that's my life. Yeah, so this is my I know Sunday at Midnight is Salt and Pepper's Very Necessary album. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I'm gonna go come on just talk shit this weekend. Let me just see how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say I just got my work schedule not too long ago, so I'm gonna work on the schedule tonight after I finish whatever I have to finish up and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But this album is actually out of print. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys can find it, it shouldn't be that expensive.
Don't find it. Why
Um,
would you want to find it? To do what with? To play it?
You said what?
Why? I'm saying, why would you want to find it? Like it should be out of print.
I mean, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised and shit what people would find. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. If I were y'all, I would just stick to Poison and the remix album. You
And
know what I'm saying? But
even their last album, the Three Strikes album was way better. Way better.
yeah,
Better production, better songs. They're grown men now, so they're not gonna go back to Hootie Mack, and I don't even think they would perform songs off of that. That's why I was like, I don't remember them performing anything from this album when I saw it because it was so bad.
yeah, they forgot about it. They want
Yeah,
everyone to forget about this album.
no.
All right, but you have anything to say before I head out?
Friday, on all streaming platforms, new episode of 80s, 90s, and 2000s Vibes of Podcast. We're on episode 111, talking about the sexual assault cases with a lot of these different stars, Diddy, Admiral Hall, the list goes on. Jamie Foxx. We talking about a lot of stuff. I gave some hot takes about some overrated rappers. The Neptunes production. I know you're gonna love that one because you can't stand the Neptunes. You know, I know
I
you're gonna
like
love that
some.
one. I'll say 17 years yesterday was for Hell Hath No Fury. I said to me that I've always said this that is the hardest Neptunes production ever of any album that they ever produced. They got the hardest beats on it. You know what I'm saying? I love Neptunes, but they didn't do a lot of hard shit. They did a lot of pop shit, a lot of shit for like, Khalees and Justin Timberlake and all that. Hell Hath No Fury is like one of the hardest production on that album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was a heated debate because people feel some type of way about Lord Willing was great. Those two were classics for me. But I love Hell After Fury a lot more because they came really hard with the production on that one.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. And it's the
Mhm.
thing that a lot of those beats was originally for Jay-Z's Kingdom
Right.
Come and thing. This thing.
Look at that. That could have been a classic album for him.
Right.
And he passed up on those beats, but you gave us that shit that came out. Fucking what's Hollywood? What? Come on, man. I think Jay was losing it back then.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, overall, yeah, man. I'll definitely send you the schedule later on tonight.
All right.
You guys have a very good night, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.